8.
You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Fat Jacks. We got lots of cool books for you today. You know I like to keep it variety. So we got old, we got new, we got everything in between. Get excited, get ready for more Coverless Keys.
Hi, I'm Zach. Hi, I'll be in the front today.
And I'm Elias. Welcome back to the Fat Jacks Comicrypt show on The Experience. Hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday. We're back again with another show full of interesting and exciting books. So, you know how we like to kick the show off. We like to talk about what's going on this week in comics. I have not read anything from this week. This is the second week now I've been behind.
What came out this week?
This week was Dead X-Men.
Oh, I love Dead X-Men.
I'm glad it was good. I'm excited to read it. I just read Resurrection of Magneto, and that was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
So I'm excited to get into Dead X-Men. This week, Miguel Spider-Man 2099 wrapped up, 5-issue mini. So Man-Thing 2099 to look forward to. What else? Wolverine.
Wolverine was aight.
I wasn't thrilled by the first issue of that arc, but I hope it gets better. What I am excited about from this week, though, big time, is the Batman Superman World's Finest Annual #1. That has been a fantastic and consistent series from Mark Waid and Dan Mora. He's on most of the pencils anyway. And the annual came out this week, and it's going to highlight and kind of preview some of Waid's upcoming arc ideas. So he's showing no signs of slowing down on that book, and I'm very, very pleased to hear that. So I got a lot of reading to catch up on. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. That's a good idea. That's what I'll do tonight. So as you guys pour in, say hello. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know what you've been reading, what you've been watching, all that good stuff. Let's see. I'm going to open up the show on my phone so I can monitor it from here.
So unprepared.
Zach, what's new?
What's new? Again, I like Dead X-Men. I'm a big fan of the cast. Prodigy and Frenzy are two minor characters that I really love, and Rachel Summers is another character I love, and she played a prominent role in the first issue. So I really enjoyed it, just on a character level, but the plot looks interesting as well. It looks like it might tie in more to the main fall than I thought it might, but we'll have to see where it goes.
And there's one more box. I got some Ultimate keys. Ultimate Black Panther comes out next week. Pretty excited for that. Yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it very much when you do that. What else? Oh yes, if you want to claim a book, just type the title and the number and write claim before that. And we'll know you've claimed it. And please fill out the form that's going to be pinned in chat for any claims if you have not claimed before. All right, let's do the quick review of last week. Catch you up on the best stuff that we had last week that's still left anyway. We had first appearance of Nihilus, coverless key last week, but that sold pretty quickly. I was happy to see that go. A nice reader's copy. Beautiful, Negative Zone interiors by Mr. Kirby. So what we do have left from last week, that was some highlights. We got Freedom Fighters #10. Origin of everyone's favorite DC character, Doll Man. I do love the Freedom Fighters, though. They are a very interesting lineup. You got Black Condor, Dollman, Human Bomb, Phantom Lady, Ray, and Uncle Sam as a lineup at that time. So you can go ahead and show them that. Tell them the price.
$2. Just $2 for this very nice reader's copy. You got a little guy in a bird cage, it looks like, in the newspaper. I don't know what that's about.
And then next up, we had Green Lantern number 78. This is the third issue of the Green Lantern Green Arrow team up. Once they started putting Arrow on the cover/title of GL's book. You know, little Denny O'Neil, little Neil Adams. That was just $4. Hey Zanin, how you doing?
Just $4.
Enjoying as much as I can.
Zanin, say hi to David.
Hi, Zanin.
David, say hi to Zanin. I should say. And then we had the second issue. We still have 2 copies of this, by the way, but this one still has its back cover. The other one does not. But this is the second issue of the famous, controversial arc of My Ward's a Junkie, and that is in Green Lantern number 86. $14 for this one. Back cover, no front, though.
Looks like he's being a little harsh, IMO. Slapping him.
Hey,
It's not
Fred.
very nice.
Long time no talk in comments. How you doing? I don't want you to get too excited, Fred. This is the facsimile, all right? I'm going to just warn you now.
That's all about it.
Zanin says hi, David.
Yeah.
And then we had House of Secrets, number 88. This would have been a famous Neil Adams cover, but instead we have the interiors.
For $9. I don't know if you said that.
I didn't see this.
Just for $9.
The Manson family, that sounds dangerous.
Ah.
Can't reach the next one. Then we had another key. We had House of Mystery, number 175 from 1968. First appearance of Kane, the house's caretaker. First appearance of Gregory the Gargoyle. No front cover on this one, but there is a back cover there. And the price is?
$17.
Me too, Fred. Always keeping busy, always staying busy. I
That's
prefer it that way. And then we had Hawkman, number 20 from 1967. First appearance of hit villain Lion Mane for $4.
Hit villain.
Did they have the credits on that splash page?
Story Gardner Fox, art Murphy Anderson.
Garner Fox and Murphy Anderson. The lighting is terrible if I don't pick my head up. Then we had, Justice League of America number 42 from 1966. This one is definitely an oldie. This is This is Metamorpho joining the Justice League as a reserve member specifically. And this was $7 for this coverless copy.
Metamorpho says no at first.
Splash pages were not always known to be the most truthful things back in the day. Then we had, this is a cool one. If you're a fan of the Peacemaker show, this is the first time that Judo Master had his own solo series. This same book was formerly titled Gunmaster, but now it has been changed to Judo Master as of issue 89. And this was
$9.
$9. $9 for that. Then we had Justice League of America number 141. Bit of a jump there, but this is the first appearance of the Android Manhunter law enforcing group. The Manhunters have had many forms. Many human characters have taken the Manhunter name and mantle, but this is the first time that a group of androids was used. Then we had a nice jumbo-sized issue right there of Justice League of America. This is issue 113 from 1974, and this is the first appearance of Sandy, the Golden Boy, as the new Sandman. No front cover, but back cover is existent on this one, and this was
$5. Look, it's a thick boy. It's a pretty decent sized book.
Yeah, a lot of story, and that's good because it is very much a reader's copy. Second to last, first appearance, Nebula Man and Lord Havoc in Justice League number 100 from 1972. 100, big landmark issue right there. And this was $4. And finally, from last week, we had a comic that I very much think everyone should have in their collection in some physical form or another, and that is Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1 from 1968, and that is due to the amazing, the lovely Jim Steranko art. This is number 1, and this is missing the front cover, but the back cover is there. We were asking $10 for this one because it's just that good. I'm not certain if they've done facsimiles of this one before, but either way, it's a really cool thing to have in physical form. The art makes it worth it.
Who is Scorpio?
Who is Scorpio?
I'm a Scorpio.
All right, now you're caught up on what we showed last week. Now let's get into some modern incentive variants that we still have on our shelves, including this very shiny, very nice foil facsimile of Amazing Spider-Man 252. And we are asking $10 for this one. I'm going to grade this at a near mint minus. This is in very, very good shape. I got to stop using very good because that means something else in comic terms. An excellent. This is an excellent shape.
Look at that foil.
Very shiny. Marvel's doing facsimiles of the black suit appearances right now.
Didn't Spider-Woman wear it first? Julia Carpenter?
No, that's just her suit. Her suit is just black and white.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys excited for Madam Web?
No, because I like Julia Carpenter and I'm not a Sydney Sweeney fan.
I just saw like a spot, like a TV spot of her in the costume, and the costume just looks terrible. I think it's like all CGI or
it
something.
Looks so bad.
It
And
looks really
Julia Carpenter is my favorite Spider-Woman because she was in the X-Men very briefly.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed from the preview.
Madam Web next week, whatever the 15th is.
Did you see the one who looks like Spider-Man? The costume?
I don't know why they went with that suit. I don't think they needed a suit for him at all. The whole point of that character in the comics is that he's like a street level like dress garb. No, he's very powerful, but I mean he dresses like a very casually, and I like that effect in him because he's very powerful and he can definitely mess people up. Nobody's commenting about Madam Web. Come on.
Yeah, what are our Madam
excited.
Web thoughts?
When Madam Web first came out, she was an older woman.
Yeah, an old blind lady.
Wheelchair. She was basically a female version of Professor X.
She's very
I was
much
gonna
like
say Oracle.
Destiny. Oh.
DC's Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She's similar to Destiny. They see the future, they're blind.
Yeah. So this is a weird
Kind of part.
representation of her.
Mhm.
But they're just going to have a bunch of Spider Women. So Maddie Franklin, Julie Carpenter, Madam Web, and I think Anya Corazon is going to be in it too.
There was that story where the Juggernaut like stole Madame Web as a present for Black
Yeah.
Tom.
That's right.
Just kidnaps her in her chair and everything.
Yeah, I looked around the shop for like any Madame Web relevant keys at all, and I couldn't find a thing. So, unfortunately. All right, next up, brand new from this week, we have that very Batman, Superman, World's Finest annual that I was speaking about before. This is the 2024 annual. This is the 1 in 25 incentive cover by Gerald Harrell, and this is a near mint minus copy of said book for $15.99.
Does no one really have opinions on Madame Web at all? No comments? No comments on Madame Web?
Keeping their mouths shut. They don't want to be caught talking about Madame Web.
Well, you know what else came out? The DC new version animated of Crisis on Earth 1.
Oh, is that out now? Crisis on Infinite Earths?
It's been released to Comcast. I don't know if it's made it into the movie theaters, but
They usually do
HBO Max.
direct to streaming / DVD
I
releases.
thought it was HBO that had DC.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's on HBO. That makes sense.
and it's part 1, so
Hey, how you doing? Is that Jeff? That is indeed Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
Yeah, can't comment without seeing it first. Leets, that's how I feel. It's gonna suck, is another opinion. It's gonna stink, sorry.
It's going to stink. It's going to be smelly. Yeah, Sony versus live stuff is always has me skeptical. Craven got pushed back till like the end of the year, I think. So I don't have a good feeling about that. But that's just me. That's just me. It would be awesome if Madame Web was good. I would be happy. Okay, so Super Friends Legacy. Doing well, Jeff. Doing well. Another live show here on the Experience. You know, we got plenty of cool stuff to show off. Next up, we got the 1 in 25 incentive for Batman Superman World's Finest number 23. This is a blank variant here for $14.99, and this is near mint minus in condition. The annual that I was just talking about is actually going to take a little break from the Kingdom Come story to set up future arcs. So for now, we just have issue 23, which left on a really big cliffhanger that I feel like I could probably talk about now, but I won't, just to be courteous. But believe me when I say that this arc has been very, very good. And you should read it. All right. Next up, we had the 1 in 25 incentive variant for Cable number 1 by Declan Shalvey. And this is very fine near mint in condition. Oh yeah, Zach, say hi to Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Jeff, you haven't met Zach yet. Well, I guess you've seen him on the show
No.
before, but you haven't met him in person anyway. All right. Next up, Jackpot number 1, 1 in 25 incentive variant. Definitely has a little bit of damage on the front cover, unfortunately, so I'm going to actually put this at a very fine minus.
Who is Jackpot?
You don't know Jackpot?
No.
Jackpot is Mary Jane's superhero alias.
Oh. Does she have powers or just like a suit or something?
I think she might have a very powerful device right now from the dimension that she was trapped in early ASM Zeb Wells stuff. But I'm not reading it, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I like Mary Jane being a superhero. That should be fun.
Yeah, in general, I do like this, but I'm not reading any of the Gang War stuff, and this is a Gang War tie-in, so I cannot speak on it.
Why Jackpot, though?
Because of her famous line in that panel where Peter opens the door, she's there.
No.
Face the tiger, use of the jackpot.
Oh.
David knows.
you've hit the jackpot, Tiger.
So that's why that's her name. Here's one brand new from this week. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Battle World issue 3. This is the 1 in 25 incentive variant. And this is a near mint minus copy for $14.99.
Doesn't she have like a random power generator?
Yes, that's, I believe, again, I'm not reading like this current book that she has, but I know that in early ASM Zeb Wells, she had this pretty crazy device that would just kind of roll a number, like, you know, playing the lottery, and it would give her a random power set. So it's pretty broken, honestly, but it's a very fun concept for powers. This is not something I'm a huge fan of. This is a retcon series in which they're going back to the original Secret Wars event and saying, oh, also this stuff happened while we were there on Battle World. So I don't love those kind of stories, but they're bringing in a bunch of characters that weren't in the original story. So a little weird, but, you know, people who are nostalgic for this original series have been picking this up. Next up. We got the final issue of Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099. This is the design variant, and this is near mint minus in condition, and this is $5.99, featuring the design of Man-Thing 2099.
He looks funky.
It's nice to know he's improved that much over time.
Yeah.
He's very Warlock-esque.
Yeah, that's what Lucas was saying. I'm hoping that he has techno-organic virus, because it does
That'd be cool.
look that way.
Looks very Warlock cool.
He would be even more powerful with that, as he's the protector of the Nexus of all realities. This is the final piece of the connecting variant for the Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099 series. This is near mint minus, and this is $14.99 for this one. Get all 5, put together a fun little spread of covers. Yeah, Todd Knock. Todd Knock did these. Very nice guy. Can't believe no one's bought this yet. Power Pack Into the Storm #1, 1 in 25 incentive variant. This is very fine near mint in grade. Louis Simonson is writing it.
We could give a box of chewing gum with it.
Yeah, really take
For
it
real.
back.
Give you a...
They came out at the same time Franklin Richards did.
Yeah.
So since Franklin has grown up,
Yeah, well, it's got to be flashback, because it's,
There's no way they're still young.
yeah, they're very young in this cover.
They were in Inferno.
1 in 25 variant by Sami Basri for Nightwing 110 for $15.99. Near mint
Why is it like a Beast Girl?
minus, I don't know, Beast World stuff, probably.
Oh, right. I don't know anything about Beast World.
Beast World finally ended this week.
Should anyone read Beast World?
Feels like it's been this week forever. Well, I guess now it's Sunday, so it's not, but work week for me. Yeah, I've heard Beast World is actually pretty good. New from this week is the Trinity special. They did a special, what's the word? Compiling her short stories from the end of Wonder Woman by Tom King into one issue, and also giving a brand new short story in the back of this book. This is the Trinity 1 in 25 variant cover by Mitch Gerards. You know, amazing, spectacular artist who's worked with Tom King time and time again, most notably on the Mr. Miracle miniseries that they did, or maxi series, if you will. And this is a near mint minus copy for $16.99. Very, very nice cover right there by Mitch Gerards. What else did he do? He did Oh yeah, he just did the his final bit of the Tom King first meeting of Batman and the Joker in the Batman Brave and the Bold book. They finally just wrapped that up in issue 9. And Mitch did a very different style. I don't know if that was due to the inking or something, but it felt a lot more painterly, a lot more abstract, I guess. But it's really beautiful stuff.
It was really good, yeah.
Yeah, I ended up not being a huge fan of the story,
Really?
but the art, I think, was pretty spectacular. That's just me. It also didn't help that it was so spread out. But it was 4 parts spread out across, all these books. But I follow anything Tom King if I can, so I definitely recommend that if you guys haven't checked that out. And all the other stories in Brave and the Bold are fantastic. In fact, in issue 9, I think the Wild Dog story by Kyle Starks was the best story in there. All right, final recent book, this is from this week actually. This is Titans Beast World issue number 6, and this is $6.99 for this very fun lenticular cover with Nightwing transforming into what looks like a fox.
Yeah, Fox Nightwing.
They didn't go for the obvious animals when picking the animal counterparts for Beast World, and I kind of like that.
What's the obvious Nightwing?
Something bat related.
Well, yeah, but they're all bat related, so they'd have to be individualized.
But I just mean like Harley Quinn is a rabbit.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I see that. Oh, right.
Foxwing. Yeah.
Foxwing.
But yeah, DC with the lenticulars still going strong.
Yeah, that gives it a whole new meaning for going down the rabbit hole.
Harley is a rabbit, and Batman was like a wolf. All this crazy stuff. All right, I guess you guys wanted to jump to old stuff, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a few nice keys here. All right, 1, 2.
There you go.
In my hand. This is not coverless, but this is in the box. After this is many, many coverless books, but this is the later volume from 1989 of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is issue 3, and this is actually the newsstand edition. Back in the day, this is also so Zach knows, they would just have a barcode instead of like the symbol. You know how you would have to see like a head of Spider-Man or something in that space. They would just have a barcode. Nowadays, or more recently, the only way to know if it's newsstand is if the numbers are actually different on the barcode, but it'll always be a barcode. But this is very fine near mint for $7 for this Nick Fury issue. Let's see if I can put these back in the right place. One there. 2 there. Here's a key. First appearance of the second Plastic Man. But this is the one that we all know and love because the very first one is from like the 40s. I want to say 1943 is the first Plastic Man. This is his son, but the one that we know today. And this is Plastic Man number 1 from 1966. A perfectly good reader's copy for $17. No covers, no covers.
That was around the time of Bob Hope and Jerry Lewis comics.
1941.
41. Zanin always quick with that. He knows his dates. Next, okay, this is missing front cover, but it still has the back cover. This is Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 29 from 1979. Bill Mantlo on the writing, Jim Mooney on the art. For just $1.
Just $1.
this. Can you give it back to me, Jordan? Okay. I think they get the idea. This is not coverless, but it's shiny. Shadow Man number 0. Bob Hall wrote and drew this. This is very fine new mint condition for just $4. So shiny.
So shiny.
Show them how shiny. Show them how shiny.
Oh, you see that shine, guys?
71. 42. All right, here's a nice key. While it was speculated that she was going to show up in this Aquaman sequel, she did not. But hey, who knows what James Gunn has planned, right? This is Showcase number 79 from 1968. Now, DC's Showcase had a lot of big first appearances back in the day. Dead Man, of course, Flash, most notably. But this is the first appearance of Dolphin, and is also the origin of Aqualad. This is a coverless reader's copy, but the pages are all intact, so definitely good for reading. And this is $24. Isn't that real neat?
So neat.
Does it have the credits on that page?
Created and written and illustrated by J. Scott Pike.
J. Scott Pike.
Edited by Dick G. Or
You wrote and drew it?
yeah, written and illustrated by J. Scott Pike.
Very nice.
Created, written, and illustrated.
Wow. But yeah, you can read the first appearance of Dolphin. Next up, we got Spidey Super Stories number 10 from 1975. No covers. I just thought this was a really funny book. You know, this is basically the kiddie Spidey book that they did, and this is Super Stories, so they would put a bunch of short stories into one issue. This is Green Grows the Goblin. It's the name of this story, and this is $4. Next up, we got Strange Adventures number 215, 1968, coverless. First Hook, the murderer of Boston Brand. And this is the first appearance of Sensei of the Society of Assassins, which was later referred to, or later became, the League of Assassins. So this is their first iteration. And this is $6. Yeah, that's right. The Electric Company has a PBS show. I remember those covers. And in fact, they did an actual vinyl record. Yeah, so I forgot to say Zane and Zap. The Zane and Zap, everybody. I have a record that my dad passed to me that was a vinyl with a, I guess, you know, what original audiobook, I guess you would say. That was the Electric Company and Spidey collaboration. So I have a vinyl of that. I got to fix my vinyl player. I got to get a new needle. And then I'll have an actual vinyl player. All right, next up, this is a cool one. This is Strange Tales, number 181 from 1975. This is actually the second appearance of Gamora, and more importantly, the third appearance of Pip the Troll. This is a very nice Starling piece right here. That's hilarious. This just says, so it says Len Wayne editing, Al Milgrom inking, Tom Orzechowski lettering, and then it just says Jim Starlin, Insanity. It just says Insanity. Show them that. That's great.
I don't know if you
Jim
can
Starlin
read it.
on Insanity. But yeah, you know, Jim Starlin on Cosmic Characters doesn't get any better than that. This is a very nice Warlock issue and a bit of a key as well. And how much?
It is $5.
Just $5.
Just $5.
Next up, we got Submariner, number 27 from 1970. This is a bit of a key. This is the first appearance of Commander Kraken. No front cover on this one, but back cover is still there. So, you can't have it. Roy Thomas on writing, Salvage Shem on art. And how much?
$5 again. Just a measly little $5.
Just $5.
They never reprinted number 4 of the FF, did they?
Of FF?
Yeah. They've done all the other things, but they never recreated number 4 of the FF with first namer.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know if they did a facsimile of that or not. But I love that issue. I love when Johnny shaves his beard off. That's such an iconic visual to me. Next up, we got Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 117. What I'm going to call the returned copy, when they would cut off the top half, the top third of the cover. And this is just $2. Rose and the Thorn in the Ghost with Two Faces. Also, Suspense with Lady Danger. It looks like they had a lot of short stories in this one. So plenty to read in this Lois Lane reading copy. Next up, we got some Teen Titans books. Just a couple more to fill out this rack, and then we're going to jump into the incentive variants down there. You still see the Avengers Academy sticking out, right? That's where we're going to start when we get there. So for now, we have Teen Titans number 4 from 1966. Real early Teen Titans. And this is a very nice splash page featuring Speedy. And this is just $4 for this reader's copy right here. Presenting the boy Bowman. And jumping forward, we got Teen Titans number 9 from 1967, featuring Aqualad and the Big Beach Rumble for just $5. All right, that's going to do it for coverless keys. For this rack, we're going to take down the incentive variants from this one. Yeah. And we're going to throw up some other incentive variants for real cheap on the rack next. You can just hand them to me, and then we'll put them on the rack after I see what they are. And we'll put those back later. All right.
With Avengers?
Yes, with. But yeah, we're only getting one MCU movie this year, and that's going to be Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3, which I'm very excited for. I have high hopes for that. Yes, that will bring us to our first break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming dead by sleep.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one will make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out! Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of The Experience.
Welcome back to the Fat Jack Show on The Experience. Hope everyone is having a lovely Sunday. The sun came out today in Philly, which is nice. I'll take it. Still a little chilly, but not too bad. Can't complain. We got plenty more books to show off today. I like to say that Fat Jack's has one of the biggest back issue selections that I've ever seen in a comic shop ever. The Lois Lane. Let me see here. Oh wait, that was still up on the rack, isn't it? How much is the Lois Lane, Zach?
$2.
$2 for that returned copy. $2. Do you have that issue, Jaden? Like, in general? I know you have a lot of Lois Lanes. All right, Zanin will grab that one. Toss that in your box. Zach, say something interesting.
Gosh, I never know what to say. Something interesting. What's something interesting? I once got into a car crash and I was not wearing my seatbelt and my head spider web cracked the window of the windshield. Like it cracked out from where I hit my head, but I didn't get a concussion even. Nothing wrong. Isn't that a fun fact? I think that's interesting.
That was somehow the least fun fact that you could have said.
I think it's fun. I think it's interesting,
It's fun that you were okay.
Drink your milk. It'll give you strong bones.
That's the moral of the story.
That's the message.
Did you ever go to the hospital to check?
Yeah, I had to. They were like, you have to go to the hospital. And I was fine.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
He's very thick-skulled. He's very hard-headed.
That's how you want to.
Oh, good. Okay, Zanin does not have that issue. All right, incentive variants. Avengers Academy, number 31. This is the 1 in 25 incentive by Steven Segovia, part of the ASM in Motion series. These kind of variant series always screw me up because it'll be a completely unrelated character on the cover of another title. Right now, the most recent example of that has been the Wolverine variants. Have you seen those? Wolverine is on random books doing homages to other famous comic covers and comic imagery. But he is homaging random things. Like, it doesn't have to do with the title at all. Like, I think he was doing an homage to She-Hulk on like Wolverine, like stuff, or Superior Spider-Man rather. Like, just really weird choices on that. Can you stop? Next up, we got Avengers Assemble. Number 4. This is another 1 in 25. This is an ASM in motion variant. Sorry, I didn't say
It's $15.
No, it's not. It's $5.
It's $5 because of the pink highlight.
These are extremely discounted.
Very discounted.
Extremely discounted. Get these fun variants right now for just $5. And this is going to be very fine near mint. Grade. And Avengers Assemble number 4 ASM in motion variant is going to be very fine near mint in grade by Gobia for just $5.
Do you want me to show it to them?
Oh.
Pump it. You guys want to see the cover, right?
Take it from you then. Next up, Avengers Assemble number 9, 1 in 25 incentive variant by Bobby Rubio. Very fine near mint for just $5. Then we have Avengers Invaders number 12, final issue of this mini-series. 1 in 25 incentive by Eaglesham for $5. And this is also very fine near mint in condition. Next up, we got Avengers No Surrender. No Surrender was just the name of the arc at that time in the Avengers book. This is Avengers 678, 1 in 25 incentive variant by Julian Totino Tedesco. I've always really liked his style. I think I first read his stuff on Web Warriors. This is the connecting variant for Avengers 678, and this is just $5.
That looks like Rogue.
It is Rogue.
I know.
Next up, we got Avengers 686 from the No Surrender arc. This is a Dale Keown variant. And this is an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Countdown series variant. All right, after this next one, these all have to go on the same row. There's some double. There's one double because it's a connecting cover, and you have to make them connect, or I'm going to be very upset. Okay. Avengers X Sanction number 1, the Ed McGuinness variant. I really like Ed McGuinness. I really like him in this era. This is just $3 for this number 1 variant, and this is very fine near mint in condition. Cable versus the Avengers. All right. These next 4 are all $5. They're all very fine near mint. And they are all by Lionel Francis Yu. I love his stuff. This is a big connecting picture. So the last row right here is going to be a connecting variant, and we have 2 copies of issue 2, so you can fold those, behind each other, whatever. But let's make this connect. So you're telling me you're not going to read this?
I don't know.
This prelude material to AVX?
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly. I like this Avengers lineup a lot. I like weird Avengers lineups. The current one's not weird enough for me.
I agree.
Red Hulk, Wolverine, Spidey, Cap. Like, just weird lineup. In a great way.
Wolverine on the Avengers is not my favorite.
I
But
love it. I love
also, I don't
it.
care for Wolverine on the X-Men either. So.
What, you're saying he should be by himself?
I'm just not a Wolverine guy.
In general, you're not a Wolverine guy?
No.
That's a very hot take.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired of the Wolverine pandering.
That's
It's
fair.
everywhere, and there's too much of it.
Well, the movie thing, him being the main character of all the movies, like, I can understand it.
Can we see the connecting variant covers well?
Sorta. I can kind of.
Cable's got his arms across and he's shooting Wolverine.
And he's punching Falcon with his right hand.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Lionel Francis, you. Good stuff. All right, that's going to do it for that rack. Let's clear off this rack. And I got some more coverless keys. Still not done. Still not done. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you did the best job you did. I finally watched The Lighthouse the other week, and I kept saying that Willem Dafoe's face looked like a Lionel Francis Yu drawing. It's all black and white. It's just super textured. Hey Thomas, how you doing? All right, next up we got Teen Titans number 12 from 1967. No covers, front or back on this one, but it's $2. And they had pretty goofy splash pages for this one, for this book. Whoops, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed ones. It's old DJ, the darlingest disc jockey of all, and I'm grooving your way the Fabaroo adventure I had with the terrific Teen Titans. That gives me a headache, just reading that. $2. Only $2. For that absolute tongue twister. All right, here's an interesting one, considered a bit of a key. This is Teen Titans number 18 from 1968. First appearance of Starfire, but not the Starfire you know and love. This is an actual character who you probably know better as Red Star. So he was first titled Starfire, first named Starfire, and was later known as Red Star. $5 for this coverless key. Starfire is just a cooler name than Red Star, unfortunately. So I guess you got the short end of the stick on that one. But the Starfire we know and love is just, she's classic at this point.
I think they used Starfire for other characters before the Titans.
Oh wait, we got Starfire, we got Firestar. It's hard to come up with fire names for characters.
Firelord.
Firelord,
Firestorm.
Pyro, Firestorm. Next up, we got Thor, number 187 from 1971. This is not a key, but this is just a nice reader's copy with Stan Lee and John Buscema. $2. There goes my stool. I'm sinking in. Spitfire, yeah, that's right. There you go.
I think of other
Invaders. Spitfire.
There was an X-Men character named Rusty Collins who could summon fire, and his code name was Rusty Collins.
Actually?
He didn't get a code name.
Oh, that's funny. I love Pyro, though.
Which Pyro? The original Pyro.
What do you mean?
In X-Men Gold, that terrible run that I don't like,
Yeah.
they introduce a new Pyro.
Oh.
And then they subsequently write him out once the new Krakoan era starts and they resurrect the original Pyro.
That's funny.
They're like, we're done with him.
I
He
like,
stays with
I like
Iceman.
original Pyro.
The second Pyro and Iceman
Zane and Zap.
together.
There was a female barbarian by the name of Starfire in the 1970s. There you go. There you go. David says, that's right. How you doing, Eric? This one's Cover More. It's not Coverless. That was a terrible, terrible joke.
Yeah, I didn't even get it.
Thor 428, very fine for just $4. Thor versus Excalibur versus Wrecking Crew versus Code Blue.
Ooh.
4-way war in Mighty Thor. That's a
That's
tongue
a-
twister. Try saying that 4 times fast.
Four-way Thor and the mighty Thor, four-way Thor and
You
the
already
mighty
messed it
Thor,
up.
Thor-way, four, mighty Thor, war, four-way, Thor-way,
For
war,
how much?
Thor. 4-4.
For $4.
Four Thor.
See what I did
Thor,
there?
Thor war, four-way, war, 4-4.
Next up, we got a key. We got a blade key. And it's not coverless. The covers are actually there, but unfortunately, the front cover has taken some damage. So it is only going to be very good in condition, but it is otherwise intact. It just has some nasty stuff going on the front cover here. Some small tears on the bottom, and not a full tear, but it looks like just a surface level tear. There's still some paper there on the front cover. So that's why it's so cheap. This is Tomb of Dracula number 45. If you know what that means that this is the first appearance of Deacon Frost. Know what that is?
Relation to Emma?
No, no relation to Emma Frost. Deacon Frost is the vampire that bit Blade's mother.
Oh.
Also, first appearance of Dominique
What if there was a
for
relation-
$11.
What if they were related to Emma Frost?
That'd be interesting.
Like it's her cousin or something.
I need more water. Talk about how much you love Deacon Frost.
I don't know anything about whatever their name Frost is.
Could you imagine Blade being done as a Spidey super story?
What does that mean?
Well, the idea of having the Blade franchise being reduced to a children's story like Electric Company.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would work out.
I've already shown this one before, but I just think it's really cool. Yeah, you haven't seen all 3 Blade movies,
I
Zach?
haven't seen any of the
Oh
Blade
my
movies.
god, come on. I wanted to bring this one back. War is Hell number 9. This is a major key appearance of Death. First appearance of Death as an actual character. And this is very good / fine condition. And yeah, it says 40, but well, I'll call it 35. I think this is a really cool book. Really nice Gil Kane cover. Death as a character. So big Death key, Marvel Death in War is Hell number 9. No, it's not coverless. The covers are both there. A Blade Spidey Super Story sounds like an SNL skit, says Zanin. No, it's not Skeletor, it's Death. And I guess they were genderless at the time because
I was gonna say, isn't it? I thought Death was a girl.
it's a very early appearance / form of Death in the Marvel Universe, and so they hadn't really done much with them yet.
That was Lady Death in Resurrection, right? The girl in the purple cloak.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yes, it was, and they actually label Death as a hero in that story, which I think is very interesting. If War is Hell, Death might very well be the hero. Next up, we got Werewolf by Night, number 13. first appearance of Topaz, and first appearance of Taboo. This big monster you see here is Taboo. This is a return copy where they cut off that top third of the cover, but otherwise it is intact. And this is just $5 for this one. All right, now we're getting into some nice stuff. Some stuff I really enjoy. We got some X-Men coverless keys.
Woo!
First up, we got X-Men number 27 from 1966. The splash page is definitely a bit stained up, but this is a coverless key, otherwise readable. This has a Spidey cameo in it, which is pretty cool. And this is $10 for this Mimic story. Re-enter Mimic.
What's his name? Calvin?
And Hobbs?
I think his name is Calvin.
I don't remember.
He's been retconned about being a mutant like 3-4 times.
Oh yeah, I remember that about
They're
it.
like, you're not a mutant. Yes, you are. No, you're not. Yes, you are. And currently he is.
Currently he is. Where is he at right now?
On Krakoa. Well,
Where?
not anymore. But
Where?
did he pop up?
Both of these.
When Hope died and they needed someone to fill in her shoes, they asked Mimic and Sync, and Mimic was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. And Sync was like, yep, I'll do it. So we briefly saw Mimic on Krakoa, meaning he's a mutant.
In like the main X-Men book though, or like what book?
Immortal.
Immortal?
Isn't that where
Really? No.
or Sins?
Yeah.
Whenever they resurrect the Quiet Council members after Hope dies.
Oh, that must have been since then, yeah.
Anyway.
Next up, we got X-Men number 52 from 1969. This is a very funny issue in which Cyclops disguises himself as Eric the Red.
Which is later retconned into being a real person.
Yes, indeed. For how much?
For $5.
Just $5 for some early X-Men. I really like this issue. I think it's a lot of fun. This is X-Men number 53, the following issue. And this has some very nice Barry Windsor Smith art. And this is the origin of Beast. Conclusion of that story. Coverless key, totally readable. The pages are in good shape for just $7.
That's Hank McCoy?
No, that's Blastar.
Oh,
They're fighting Blastar in this issue, but it's the conclusion of the origin of Beast arc.
So Beast doesn't hang McCoy. So it wasn't McCoy.
No. He was talking about who was in the picture as Blastar. All right, here's a bit of a larger key from X-Men. This is X-Men number 54. Wow, we 3 in a row right there. Coverless key of the first appearance of Alex Summers.
Ooh.
And the first appearance of Living Pharaoh and the origin of Angel. All in one book that you can read yourself. You can have the original thing, you can read it. Pages are very much intact for $17. Talk about how much you like Havoc.
I do like Havoc. I think that Havoc is an interesting X-Men character in that he's kind of a loser. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean like he's always kind of there. Like he has his moments. I really like him in Mutant X. I think that was a fun Havoc spotlight. But like he's like Lorna where they don't want to join the team a lot. And he kind of leaves a lot and then gets messed up during Axis, and then in New Avengers he gives like an anti-mutant speech. So he's all over the place, but I think he's fun. He's great in Hellions. Everyone's great in Hellions.
I've always liked his costume. I've always liked
His
his power
costume,
set.
his costume is really cool.
It's simple but effective.
The head knees.
I like when they choose to make it big and
Oh,
choose to make it flat to his head.
No, I don't like the flat one. I like the one that sticks up.
Cool.
I think it looks fun.
Agreed. They brought that back at one point. All right, final issue for this rack is going to be X-Men number 69 from April 1971. And this reprints X-Men number 16 and 19. No covers, reprint book. So you know, for just $4. Reader's copy. That's right. Zane and Zap have a costume designed by Neil Adams. You gotta know your Neil Adams now, Zach. Zach was helping me identify the artists on many incentive covers today, and Neil Adams was one of them.
Cho.
Huh?
Cho.
Frank Cho.
Cho.
I told him to look for the little, artist tags and stuff like that. And soon you'll be able to identify any artist.
I'm working on their tags. It's easy when they write their names.
It is helpful when they write their names. But most artists like to make a little kind of logo out of their initials or something like that.
Like JC or whatever.
Like what?
JC.
Yeah, John Cassidy. All right. We're going to take down this rack of incentive variants, only to replace it with more, because we have too many.
I could have done it.
Away go the Avengers Extinction connecting covers. If someone buys one piece, you're going to be mad. I'm going to be mad. Yeah, you know how you identify Gil Kane, Zach?
Who?
You know how you identify Gil Kane's art?
No.
His noses.
What do they look like?
He loves to do nose up shots.
Give me, I wish I had a
Like on
picture to see.
like on the ASM 101 with Morbius. Morbius is going like this. Up at him. But yeah, this is Gil Kane. His faces are just very unique to me. His noses and his eyes. Alright, where does this go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Avengers World number 1, the 1 in 25 incentive variant by Chris Samney for just $5 in very fine near mint condition. Avengers World was an important spin-off of Jonathan Hickman's Avengers era. It showed that the Avengers were indeed worldwide. They were indeed a larger team now, and they were tackling a panoply of problems.
Panoply? I don't know that word. Panoply?
You learn a new word.
What does it mean?
Panoply. A variety, a large
Is this a real word?
thing of, yes.
Smorgasbord.
Panoply.
So it's that kind of word.
Yes, it's that kind of word. Next up, a series that is simply called A plus X. It's not called Avengers plus X-Men. It's not even written out plus. And I found this out the hard way when I tried to look it up. But it's literally A, the plus symbol, and then X. This is issue 2 of said series. This is the 1 in 25 incentive by Mike Del Mundo. I really enjoy his stuff.
I believe it's one
And it's just
X-Men
$5.
character and one Avengers character team up.
Yeah, it's
For an
a little
issue.
team-up.
What is this, Iron Man and
Why did
Kitty?
Siri think I said her name? Yeah, it looks like Iron Man and Kitty Pryde.
Shadowcat.
Shadowcat with a K.
Shadow Tiger.
Oh yeah. Pretty crazy version of her. Yep. Really sick.
Seed.
She can just throw people like through stuff. Sick. And then the following issue of A plus X is issue 3, 1 in 25 incentive by Philip Tan. And this is a cool team up. I think this one makes sense. Hawkeye and Gambit.
Does Kitty and Iron Man not make sense?
It just doesn't really come to mind when I'm thinking of.
I don't know. They're both like Kitty's like a hacker, computer expert,
Okay, that's fair.
and she phases through technology to disrupt it. I don't know. She's got tech
But I feel like
stuff. I don't know.
that more so pits her against him than it does put them together. I feel like they work, their power sets work together. Kind of thing.
It's like I'm gonna charge your arrow.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is Avengers versus X-Men versus. That's the name of this series. Avengers versus X-Men versus. 1 in 25 incentive variant by Steve McNiven. Issue 2 for just $5. And this is very fine near mint.
And these during Avengers versus X-Men, an Avengers character would fight an X-Men character in a typically a 1v1. This one's Gambit, Captain America, and Spider-Man and Colossus. This is the era where Colossus was also the Juggernaut.
I love it. I love that combo. I love that era for him. Yeah, they had a lot of fun with the Avengers versus X-Men stuff.
I
at that
enjoyed
time. And yeah, I was always a fan. And then the last issue I have here of Avengers vs. X-Men Versus is issue 4. And this is the 1 in 25 incentive by Care Andrews.
This one slaps. It's so good.
And this is very fine near mint for just $5.
Thor
Why do you like this one, Zach?
Thor versus
Why
Emma.
would you like that?
Thor versus Emma. Great fight.
So out of character for you to like Emma.
I mean, Psylocke and Psylocke and Daredevil was good too, but Emma versus Thor. Ooh. Oh.
You were saying Matt Murdock, but then you combined his name and his code name.
Combined Psylocke and Daredevil. Daredevil.
Matt Murdock. I was trying to save you. I was trying to give you credit. Avengers vs.
I know his
X-Men,
name.
the main event.
I know his name. I watched the show.
Issue 6. I never finished the show. I didn't even finish the first season.
Gold Tressed God of Thunder versus the Diamond Skin Diva.
Yeah, that's fun. The Avengers vs. X-Men, the main event, issue 6. This is the real thing. This is the 1 in 25 incentive by Olivier Coipel. And this is just $5. Very fine. Near mint.
I like this art.
Yeah, Olivier is great. I will finish off the coverless books that I have before the end of the show today. Don't you worry. We're going to do one. Yeah, we should have time. AVX number 8. The 1 in 25 incentive variant by. You know this one. Alan Davis.
Oh.
For just $5. Very fine. Near mint. I couldn't keep the people in suspense any longer.
You could have.
That Beast and Luke.
Yeah.
Interesting matchup.
I don't know why they were on the same side during Avengers versus X-Men, so I don't know what that was about. Beast was on the Avengers side.
Oh.
Traitor.
Well,
Just
he seems to have a bit of a track record.
Yeah, Illuminati
being,
too.
Being a traitor.
He joined the Illuminati side too.
Yeah. No, I like how in X-Force she was just like
La-
listing out
la-
all the stuff that he's done wrong.
Threnody siding with the Illuminati, the genocide of Terra Verde. I can go on, guys.
But I won't. All right. We got more coverless keys for you. We'll be right back.
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rock and Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula, you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectibles with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below.
Hello and welcome back to Fat Jack's Comicrypt on the EXP experience. I'm joined
On to the final stretch.
by Elias.
We're going to wrap up the incentive variants that we have, and then we're going to wrap up the last of the coverless keys that I currently have priced up. So let's get into it without further ado. AVX number 10, round 10, as they would call him. Humberto Ramos on the 1 in 25 incentive here. Very fine. Near mint is the grade. $5 is the price. Just $5 for 1 in 25. Typically, these would be upwards of $15, but these are just $5. Round 11. 1 in 25 incentive by Lionel Francis Yu. A cool fight pairing of Black Widow and Psylocke for just $5. And this is very fine near mint. And then the epilogue series of AVX is Consequences. Issue number 2, 1 in 25 incentive variant by Shane Davis for just $5. Very fine, near mint. Black Widow. Yes, that is Black Widow, Thomas. I'm just kidding. Is that a claim? Would you like to claim Avengers vs. X-Men 11, 1 in 25 incentive for $5? Consequence issue 3, 1 in 25 incentive by Eddie Granov. Granov? I'll trade you.
You take, yeah, there you go.
It's almost like you have two hands. Do you have anything to say about that cover?
No, it's Colossus with his shirt ripped.
And finally, we have Consequences issue 5 by Eddie Granov, 1 in 25 incentive for $5. Very fine near mint. What's today, the 4th?
Yep.
Yeah.
Light makes it always shimmering.
Is that for next week's stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Real quick, we're going to wrap up the coverless books so that next week we can do something different.
Do you want me to read it?
Let's finish this first.
Okay.
So let's take these down real quick and finish up our coverless books. First up, we got X-Men number 78 from 1972. Reprinting issue 30 of X-Men. Coverless book, reader's copy for just $5.
The Menace of Merlin.
What's that? Next up, we got X-Men
51.
number 105 from 1977. Coverless book. Why is this? I don't remember why I priced this at $15.
You should get it.
Usually I write down why, but this time I did not.
Phoenix Unleashed, Eric the Red. We got giant-sized roster in there.
Here's a nice key. Want to know what a nice key is, Zach?
I'd love to.
X-Men number 107 from 1977. You know what that is? It's the first appearance of the full Starjammers.
Oh!
Coverless. You can read it yourself for just $20. Read the first appearance, the first full appearance.
I'm a Starjammers head. I think they're so
Starjammers.
fun.
Yeah, I think they're great. Ch'ad is my favorite Starjammer person.
Can you guess mine? I'll give you one.
The lady.
Hepzibah.
Hepzibah. I always forget. I
The
always
cat.
forget specifically
The
her
cat
name.
skunk lady.
The cat skunk lady. That's fun. All right, this is not coverless. We're gonna finish off this box. Uncanny X-Men 251 has covers on it. Very fine minus is the grade. $6 is the price. Chris Claremont on writing. Mark Silvestri on art.
Love Mark Silvestri in this era.
There you go.
What's special about this issue?
Nothing.
Oh.
Here's a coverless copy of What If number 14 from 1979. No front cover, but the back cover is there. And this is a very fun one. What if Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos had fought World War II in outer space? I would say arguably it wouldn't have been World War II they were fighting, it would be just aliens. But anyway, just $1 for this one. For a very fun what if story.
What's your favorite what if, Elias?
That's my favorite what if. Well, the one I always remember fondly as a kid is the one where Impossible Man gets the Infinity Gauntlet. It's a pretty fun cover. It has all the heroes coming at him on one side and him standing with the Infinity Gauntlet on the other side, threatening to use it.
I don't even remember that is. Impossible Man.
You don't know Impossible Man?
Oh,
He's the Mr. Mxyzptlk of the Marvel Universe.
The Mr.
he's
What?
got a long green extended
He's paid in
head,
purple.
very thin.
What if for Eric? I really think he hasn't seen him. I don't know where he would have even seen him.
I don't think I have seen that.
He started off with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm not a... Fantastic Four is probably the lowest on my...
Knowledge scale.
Yeah. And after X-Men, it's a steep drop off anyway.
All right, Eric.
The Red.
Eric the Red. Yeah. Wait, how do I spell his name again? Rosenzweig.
Yeah.
555.
Thank you. Luckily, there's no show after us this time, so. All right, Where Monsters Dwell, number 13, returned copy with the top to cover cut off. Poor grade, obviously, for just $2. Can you tell who that is on the cover, on the art?
Oh, it's the nose guy.
It's the nose guy, Gil Kane. He will now be known as the nose guy from here on out. All right, last two books. And then we'll get into announcements. Wolverine number 17. This is a very fine quality John Byrne cover for $13. Very nice Wolverine book right there. And then the final issue for this week's show is Exo Manowar number 0. Very nice foil here. Bob Layton, Joe Quesada on this book. Very fine. Near mint is the grade. $6 is the price.
It's shiny. Did you
so
mention?
shiny.
Did you mention it was shiny?
Thanks for tuning in to the show this week, guys. We appreciate it very much. Don't forget to check out all the other shows on the Experience starting tomorrow with Talking Shop with Miss Jen at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for Central. Then we got Comic Collectibles with special guest Ken Hazer at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. And then finally at 10, we got Devil's Advocates. All right. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Fat Jack's Comicrypt on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And stay tuned for a Fat Jack's Comicrypt eBay site. That's right. We will hopefully have an eBay site running very soon with our massive backlog of back issues. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope everyone has a lovely rest of their week. And yeah. Oh, Eric will take Werewolf by Night 13. Did I already put that away? I guess I did. I'll pull that out of the box for you. Any last minute calls? Any last minute calls? I'll find that Werewolf by Night for you. There it is. Final call for books. Anything we've shown earlier, I'm happy to go through the box for. And as always leave a comment saying what issues you're missing. We're always happy to look in our back stock for any missing back issues that you're looking for. That's going to do it for Coverless Keys. Next week, I am going to show off some Ultimate keys, some Ultimate Universe keys. Ultimate Black Panther comes out next Wednesday. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 already came out. The Ultimate Universe is hot right now, and I got some good books to show you guys for that stuff. All right, if there will be no more last-minute claims, do you have any parting words of wisdom, Zach?
Parting words of wisdom, let it be.
Yeah, let it be. Okay.
Let it be.
What about you, David?
I like the idea of the Mimic and Amazo working against each other.
Mimic versus Amazo. Bring DC versus Marvel back. We haven't done anything like that in a while. I can't believe that it even happened to the extent that it did in the 90s. I love that stuff. I love any Marvel DC crossover like that. I love any verses. I love any amalgam. I don't know if I said this on the show before, but Shatter Starfire. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know if I said this before, but I have every amalgam book now. The last one I was missing was Lobo the Duck, and I paid way too much for it, but I hadn't found it anywhere else, so I just said whatever, and I just went for it. So I now have the full amalgam series. I have the full original DC vs. Marvel series as well. So I love all that kind of stuff. Now I just got to get the original Superman Spider-Man issue, and I'll be set. Small, not
Congratulations.
a small feat. No problem. Let me just.
Did you get the cards also?
The cards?
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't. Are there cards?
There are cards for DC versus Marvel as well.
Oh, cool. I'll have to track those down too. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in so much. Hope everyone has a lovely night and a great rest of your week. And we'll see you guys around.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.